Lawwin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawwin Media Network.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of season 5 of Be Bold, Why Not? And tonight, again, we have another bold story that will empower you, inspire you, motivate you, and make you a better person. And to all our viewers in the Philippines, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I know that you are always waiting for our show, and I really appreciate all your support. And as we do every time we have the show, we have a game. But before that, I just want to let you know we're live on Facebook, YouTube, stream.lawin.live, and twitch.tv. And if you miss our live show, don't worry, because we are also on different podcasts like Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podchaser, and a lot more. So before we get our guest on the show, let's show the mechanics, or let's show them the mechanics of the game. Come on in, let's see.
How to join the game. 1. Watch the live show and listen to the conversation. 2. Participate and share your experiences on the topic during the live show. 3. Type your thoughts or experience via comment section. 4. All participants are eligible to win a prize. 5. The more you comment, the greater your chances of winning. 6. We will use Wheel of...
There you go, the mechanics of the game. And just to give you a little bit of background, how I came to know and meet our very special guest tonight. As I have shared in the previous episodes, I had the privilege of attending Les Brown's legendary speakers certification back in March in Florida. So in that event, I have met so many wonderful people with very powerful stories that I was really inspired. So I had the opportunity to meet all these wonderful people, and I just wanted to share them with you because I know that their story will really inspire you and make you or help you become a better version of yourself. And to myself as well, I know that I'm going to be able to learn from them because they are really gurus and experts in speaking, coaching, writing books, and a lot more. So tonight, I am privileged to have a very special guest. Let me just give you a little bit of background about her. Our special guest tonight is no other than Sonia Y. Single. She is a leadership coach and consultant, a speaker, and author. She has a bachelor's in kinesiology, a master of education in leadership, and is a certified leadership coach. She has become successful in her life by the investments she has made spiritually, financially, and relationally. She is a U.S. Navy veteran. Yes, we salute you, Sonia, who believes that success is inevitable when you are authentic and you embrace true connections. Sonia's successful coaching and consulting boutique, Wise Coaching, teaches leaders and entrepreneurs on how to attain those levels of success that were once invisible and brings them into view. Sonia equips her clients with the skills, strategies, and tools in leadership to shatter glass ceilings of limitation, rip up labels formed by doubt and unbelief, and obliterate obstacles posing as impossibility. She can be quoted saying that belief places your feet on the path of success and your hands on the rungs of its ladder. But knowing is a spirit of success that moves you forward and upward. Sonia has a heart for people and is passionate about transforming the lives of others. She knows that the key to receiving everything you have ever dreamt of starts on the inside. We must first become the person we desire to be internally before it shows up externally. Sonia knows that it takes what it takes to transform your life in every facet with all of its complexities because she has transformed her life by leaps and bounds. She had done the work and knows that it is a continual masterpiece that is ever being crafted. Wow, that is so powerful and so profound. So I'm so glad, and it's my honor to introduce our special guest for tonight, Miss Sonia Y. Single. Let's get her in. There she is. Hi.
Oh,
Oh my God. Hi, Sonia.
hi.
How are you?
Well, I am well. I am blessed and highly favored. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you. It's my honor. I'm really glad that you made time for my show. And it's an honor for me to have you. I know I'm going to learn so much from you. We only met once, and
Yes,
I'm so happy. And, you are so genuine when you say true connections. And
yes,
truly, even with that short period of time that we were together at Les Brown's training or certification, we
yes.
can truly connect with people who have the same passion, right? So I'm so glad that you're here, but can you just give us a little bit of background about yourself so our viewers will get to know you, where you from, and other than this coaching business that you have now, your family, if you have kids, just we want to just know more about you personally, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, I hail from the state of Louisiana, Natchitoches specifically. It's a small town. It's known as the City of Lights. I'm the fifth of six children, so I have four brothers before me, and I'm number five, and I have a younger sister. I have twin boys. They are 21. They are college students. One is pursuing his degree in kinesiology. The
Mhm.
other one is pursuing his in theater and in business. Um, I am a U.S. Navy veteran. While I was in the Navy, I was a military police officer, got promoted to detective. And while I was there, I was able to be a part of the U.S. Navy women's basketball team, of which I became a silver medalist. And I'm very happy and proud to be a part of that and to serve my country. I do come from a military family, of which
Mhm.
I am very happy. So we highly believe in honor and integrity and to follow through on your word. So that is really very important to me. I used to teach. I taught
Mhm.
for a while. I love teaching, and it was just something about how my students would be illuminated when they were able to do something that they put their own mind and their own effort to. And I just really, throughout time in my different the seas that I've traveled in the Navy and the different lands that I was able to place my feet on, I just love the human spirit. And
Mhm.
that's one thing. It doesn't matter what continent that you are on. We are all seeking to be the highest, truest expression of ourselves. And we just connect in that way because there's a spirit about each of us. There are on this planet, we have, what is it, 8.2 billion people, and I'd like to say 8.2 billion worlds, but we have one planet, and we're all seeking to be connected and be in alignment and be true to ourselves and to one another. And so that is what led me into deciding to go ahead and take a little step away from teaching um,
Mhm.
in the school system, but become a teacher of life and to share those experiences. that I've had because I've come from uh, a place of a single parent
Mhm.
household where I was considered myself a fatherless child,
Mhm.
and there was a moment in life where I just thought, as growing up in my number of experiences, I thought, if I had those type of experiences and I have come to a place of awareness of how to love and how to have a forgiving heart and how to be at peace and be in alignment with who I am on the inside.
Mhm.
I have a message to give to those who are wondering about from continent to continent, coast to coast. And I want to be that beacon of light to share that, to share my
Mhm.
experience, to share that there's hope and that there's love and there's a greater fulfillment for your life and there is purpose in everything that you do. Every time that you wake up in the morning and you're able to be present
Mhm. Mhm.
yourself, you have a purpose. And
Yeah.
so I thought that it is just critically important to reach the other worlds that would need my message, who are craving for that message, to know that they are, as in one of the groups I am, Lisa Nichols is also my mentor, Yana, and in that grouping we say you are not alone. So to let
Mhm.
others know that you are not alone, no matter how small the battle is or how large the war is, I will stand with you. And so
Wow.
I embarked
That's
on.
awesome. I mean, yeah, and we're gonna talk more about those things, your journey as a speaker, as a coach.
Yes.
But yeah, you know my son, I have a son in the Navy too. Yeah,
Woohoo!
he's been a Navy reserve, and I think it's like 6 years now. So
Okay.
did anybody, you said you come from a military family, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So growing up, you actually really have that military discipline, right? So
Yes.
how important do you think is discipline in anything that we do in life, not just in our career, not just in our relationships, but how important do you think is discipline? Having grown from a disciplinary family because of the military, but you don't have to become or be a military family for you to learn discipline, right? So how important is it, and how do you think can we actually learn that to be disciplined? Because a lot of times success doesn't happen to people because we lack the discipline. So
Right.
tell us about that.
So I believe that discipline is ever important. It does not have to have that negative stigma that most place on it. Because when I first ventured out into life, I thought, discipline and consistency and, those words were just like, oh gosh. But there's a place and an order for it in order for you to progress. And so you
Mhm.
have to cater to yourself and tailor it to your life to make it, what you will with what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish. Through the military and through the rearing, uh, it caused me to shape what the model that I created to rear my sons by, which is always do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it and do it right the first time. Will you
Mhm.
fail sometimes? Yes, but it's something for you to look up to and forward to, right? If you
Mhm.
govern any and everything that you know how they say, how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Mhm.
So if you know today that you want it to be great later, discipline yourself and do it right now. So it's just something that you have to do. That structure is very important. Otherwise, you would just be fumbling about through life and not
Mhm.
getting accomplished what you want, but then you're still complaining. So it's
Yeah.
very important. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And I think if we start early on in life to actually have that habit or that discipline, have that goal to always follow through and be consistent, as anything else, a habit becomes easier if we keep doing it, if it becomes a lifestyle, right?
Mhm. Right.
Although at times it's a little bit of a challenge because of the world around us, there's too many influences that we tend to conform to other people, and we're scared of what they say, or the fear of rejection and failure and all that stop us from doing what we want to do. And discipline is one of the aspects that I myself struggle with sometimes. It's like if I want to do something and something happens, I get sidetracked, and then but you have to stay focused. So
Yeah.
anyway, so being a child of, a family on the military,
Mhm.
did you have a challenge growing up, or you just enjoyed it, like moving from one place to another, and that's why you became one? Was
Mhm.
that a big influence in your path going into the military? Was it family a big influence?
So, well, I'll tell you, I was not in a traveling family, but
Mhm.
my uncle, two of my brothers, actually a few of my uncles, two of my brothers, a number of different members were military. And
Mhm.
so, of course, when you're around that, that energy and that spreads off to you. And so my mom, um, she was very very disciplined. I mean, all the way to how you fold your towels and put them on the shelf, dress left, dressed. So you have to have it a certain way. So that type of discipline. So when I did go into the Navy, it was sort of like, oh, okay, give me some of that piece of cake. Oh, thank you. I'll take some of that. Okay, yeah, fold the corners. Oh, no problem. I got, yeah, okay,
Wow,
that's
so
it.
you were trained early on. It was like you grew up in it, so it wasn't hard.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I know the experience of the military because my son was there, but we're getting so excited with the conversation. I didn't even notice we're past the 8:15. So anyway, we're right. So we're gonna go on a short break. So when we come back, I'm gonna read some of the comments and we'll continue our conversation with our very special guest. So we'll be back in a little bit.
Awesome.
All right, we're back.
Yes.
So let's read some of the comments. I'm going to read here. We have a lot of viewers tonight. So from Daisel Miral Siaton. Good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. Yay, thank you so much. And then we have Recto Julius. Good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. By the way, Sonia, Pangasinan is one of the cities in the Philippines. So we have a lot of viewers from the Philippines. Yes. And
Oh,
then we have Grace Regalado, just heart emojis. Well, thank you for loving our show. And then, of course, we have Cicel Quario, some more emojis. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we have Joanne Esteriha. Good morning po, Ma'am MJ. God bless. Watching from Pangasinan. Thank you so much, Joanne. And we have Chua Jovelin. Wow, power. Yes, we have a very powerful guest. And then we have Cicel Cuario. Good evening, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan. And we have more. Arceli Esteria. Good evening po, Ma'am MJ, watching from Pangasinan.
woohoo.
All right. And we have Chua Jovelin. Welcome, Miss Sonia. Wow. Thank you. And then we have another heart emojis from Neil Edanio. All right. And we have Recto Julius. Good evening, Ma'am Sonia. Why single? Yes. All right. And we have Geraldine Garcia. Hi, Ma'am MJ and Ma'am Sonia, watching from Villasis, Pangasinan.
Awesome.
All right. What some credentials you have, Ma'am Sonia? A question from Chua. Okay. Well, then there's that question. Yeah. Do you want to answer that, Sonia? I think I've introduced you already, but anyway, maybe just tell us, yeah, your background, education. Maybe they just want to hear
Yeah,
it from you. Yeah.
yeah, sure. So like I said, I was in the Navy. I was military police. Then I was promoted to detective. Did that for a bit. I also was a part of the color guard detail. So when 9/11 happened, I
Oh.
was in the military for that, and so I did a number of the honors, the funeral honors for those whose
Mm-hmm.
life was given during that time. Um, I am a U.S. Navy medalist.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my medal that I got
Wow. Oh.
for basketball. So I'm a
Mhm.
big
So
basketball
you
fan.
play basketball?
Yes, in the Navy. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then I got out. I got my science associates in science, and then I went on to get my degree in kinesiology with a minor in health promotions. Then after that, I did a little recruiting of doctors for a bit, and then I went to get my master's of leadership. And then after that, I got my certification as a leadership coach.
There you
So,
go. She's got all the accolades in her behind her. So she's very well qualified to
yeah.
be a life coach, a transformational coach, a speaker and everything. Now let's focus on the speaking because our theme is legendary speakers journey. So, yes. So, what inspired you to become a speaker, if I may ask? Yeah.
So when I was in getting my bachelor's, I took the speaking class, and I always knew that there was a message in me. And so I
Mhm.
used to, write poems and deliver. And I know that the power of connection, the being authentic and sharing from your soul space, I knew that it was something powerful with others. And when I took this class, I felt like my message was getting out there. And I really fell in love with that. And being that like I said, I'm a fatherless child. That's a book that I wrote. I wrote Fatherless Child a few years
Mhm.
ago, released it. I thought, there's got to be others that are like me that want answers and wondering what's going on in whatever space that they're in their lives. So I was inspired through that and through my experiences um, through life journey and the ups and the downs, but finding that balance every time. I wanted to share that with the world because I
Mhm.
believe it's very meaningful for others to know that you're never alone.
Mhm.
Even though you may have some things that are coming up, some obstacles, some labels placed on you, and limitations that you seem to think are really real, that it all can be a fallacy. There's no, you're limitless and you're powerful beyond measure. And I wanted to share that because I had to go through those processes to understand who I really, really am. And I wanted to share that with others. So that's
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. So I think my story is a little bit different. You know, I grew up in public speaking. I mean,
uh
I kid you not. I kid you not. From I think I was as young as 7 years old when I started speaking in front of like the whole school. And, like I had to speak in front of the whole school, and from then on, I've been speaking, like going on like competitions for rhetorical competitions in up as far as the national competition. I grew up in it, but then I had to give up, not really give up, but maybe put it on the side a little bit because I had to take care of my family first. And
yeah,
we have relatives here in the Philippines, here in the US. So they told me, we can't help you come to the US if you want to become a mass comm journalist. So a journalist, nursing is the key to coming to the US of A, right? So I had to put that aside for a little bit. I'm just so glad though, because I believe that whatever God has started in our lives, He's going to be faithful to complete it. So I became a nurse. But look at here. I mean, I am in this podcast. Isn't that amazing that God still puts you or give you the opportunity to actually fulfill whatever your desires are? And we are called to do something great, right? Just like Les Brown says, you have a greatness in you, right? And you have something special.
Yes.
So with the speaking, you're right. Everybody has a beautiful story, a powerful story that can actually make an impact
Mhm.
on other people.
Yes.
Because what makes us qualified to actually help others are the experiences that we have because we've been there, right? So
Yes.
how do you craft your story to make it really powerful and impactful and all that? Being a writer too, give us some tips because I've been wanting to write as well, but I don't know where to begin and
Yes.
I don't know how to start it. Give us some tips, Sonia, because you've written books. And when you speak on stage, how do you craft your message? Yeah.
So it all comes from, so I don't do anything outside of my creator. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
my prayer is, all of God and none of me. So that when I speak, I want think through my mind and speak through my mouth. Think through my mind and write through my hand. So I want to deliver the soulful message of what's needed. So it's great to have all these different things, 7 steps to this, 6 steps to that, but who are you really?
Mm-hmm.
And what is
Mm-hmm.
your message really? And what is the change that you bring to the world? So I believe in, whenever before I venture out to do a speaking engagement or write, I go into this place that I call my abyss, UBYSS, and it's my ultimate bearing your soul space. And I
Wow.
sit in space and I center myself. And what is the message that those need? Not the message I want to give. Wherever I'm going to, what message do they need from me that I can
Mm-hmm.
connect with them and help them get their transformation? So that is what's really ultimately important. That is at the helm before I start any project or do anything where I have to interact and give from my soul to them.
Wow, that's powerful. How do you learn your audience before you even get there? Do you have like a way or a system to get to know them before you craft your message? Because yeah, I know we have to really go into their level, go into their world, right? In order for us to impact them. So do you have a system on learning about your audience before you go and speak?
Well, there's with anything, there's a bit of research. So
Mm-hmm.
what is the purpose of the conference, or the gathering or the event? What are the takeaways that whoever is over the event that they want the audience to know and have? Where do you want to steer them? And then I look back in what I have and what I deliver in my experiences to find those connectors and I guess you would say match those up so that
Mm-hmm.
there can be, I'm meeting them on their playing field, and then I'm bringing them into the experiences that I have that connects with who they are and what they are and what they want to seek and what they want to know. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be the truest, highest expression of ourselves in
Mm-hmm.
anything that we do. So for you, for instance, you're a healer regardless, right? You're
Mm-hmm.
healing through medically and you're healing through your platform here. You're
Mm-hmm.
still in the business of healing. And so that's how you make those connections.
Wow. Oh my God. I am having goosebumps. Yeah. That's why I think speakers really or truly connect with each other because we all know we have a purpose. And I think
Yes.
that's what we're trying to do here is to get more people to boldly step up there and know that they have something great in them, that we need more people like us to change the world. Because it
Mhm.
can start with just one person that you impact, right? And then it becomes a ripple effect. Sorry.
I got you. I
Yeah,
got
I
you.
think Did I say there? Anyway, it becomes a ripple effect. One person that you change and
Yeah.
pay it forward, and you pay it forward, and then we make this world a better place. Oh my God, I'm getting so excited. Anyway, we're on our second break. So
Okay.
we'll be back after another short break.
All right.
All right.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right, we're back. That was quick.
So,
That was really quick. And I think we have more comments from here. Let's see if we have new comments. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Chua Jovelin says, Mom Sonia's credentials can truly intimidate someone. I'm amazed. Okay. That was a great comment. Anyway, Ralph Recto says, Good evening, Texas, watching from Pangasinan. And we have Daisel Miral Siaton. Thank you, Mom Sonia, for sharing your experience in life. Yes. And then Rectus Julius again says, Thank you, Mom Sonia, for sharing your experience in your life. Yes. And everybody has really this beautiful story. And I know as we grow up, we have experiences that really shape us to be who we are now. And there are those challenges that we go through that made us or helped us to overcome those obstacles. And what are those experiences early on in your life that helped shape who you are now? Because for me, it's poverty,
mhm.
and I came from a very dysfunctional family. So those experiences that I believe have made me a better person and who I am now, I don't regret them, but they have shaped who I
Ex-
am. Because
ex-
it's through our experiences, whether good or bad, it's a matter of choice. It
Yes.
You choose to become better out of your difficult circumstances, or you just choose to be blown and that you just don't want to get better in life and that you just stay where you are and get stuck. And it's a matter of choice. But do you have any challenges early on in your life that also have helped
Mhm.
you become who you are? Because those difficult struggles actually are the ones that make us stronger, right? So I want to
Yes.
learn about you because you said, I know you mentioned you are a fatherless, you know, you became from a fatherless family. So I know that alone, but share us your experience and became the Sonia that you are now, despite that situation that people would think it's a challenge. Yeah.
Okay, so I will try to do it very quick, but make sure I get everything in. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe that, before I even came to this planet, I made a decision to say, you know what, send me to that family because whatever trials and tribulations I may encounter and go through, that's the chrysalis that I chose as a butterfly to press through that cocoon to become the beautiful person and soul that I am today. So I grew up, like I said, in a fatherless home. However, on the weekends, I used to go stay with my godfather. So let me
Mm-hmm.
foretell that. At 31 years old, I found out the person that I used to go stay with on the weekends with my other god sisters was actually my biological father. So later on in life, I asked that question. So my father technically was there the entire time. I just knew him as my godfather. So being
Yeah.
from a small town, my mom didn't want people in her business, so it was my godfather.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did during that time, not knowing growing up any better, I really looked to basketball. And I guess you would say, in a way, I personified basketball as my father because it taught me discipline. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to do well and be on the team, you have to make wonderful, great grades. Always had been an A and B student.
Mm-hmm.
It really taught me just those different things. So it was probably the masculine character in my life with the discipline and saying, hey, this is how it's got to be done. And if it's not your best, go back into your, you know how they say good, better, best, never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. So
Uh-huh.
that, I guess that was my childhood, motto. But I went through that process of looking to basketball, played it from middle school to high school, looked up to it. I come from a Pentecostal home, so very religious home. So those were the things. It was very structured, it was very sheltered. I knew what I was doing from point A to point B to point C. And
Mhm.
then after I graduated high school, I went into the military. So going into life at that point, coming from the beginnings that I had, I really had an eye opening to life being in the Navy and such. But I
Mhm.
always kept that hunger and that passion for just people. I
Mhm.
really connected with people. I don't think I ever would meet a stranger. I think that we are all just connected. I don't think that we are just out here to just be out here. Relationships is something that is very important and vital to life. Community is very important and vital to life. And I just deal and move through life. And I understood that, you interact with people as individuals.
Mhm.
What are you? Who am I? How can we connect? Because we're always looking to be in alignment with those that are around us, having harmony with our life, our environment, and how we move and how we progress. So as what I would say that really shapes me going into adulthood is how I looked at things.
Mhm.
Discipline was there, and consistency was there, but I used basketball growing up as the masculine figure that was keeping me in line. And my mom would do whatever she would do, and then just my church, going to church all the time. But I did come from meager beginnings, but that
Mhm.
was never the focus. Like when you're in that, it's not even, you don't know that you're in something that is, I guess, on the eyes of the world, that would be lesser than in certain,
Mhm.
economically, or what you have access to. You just
Mhm.
worked with what you had. And so writing and English and speaking had always been my love. I love to communicate. I love to connect. And that's one way to do it. And so I just
Wow.
really grew into that and leaned into that. Yeah.
Yeah, so literally, you've been grooming yourself from the very beginning, and without even knowing it, your biological dad was actually part of your life. That is
Yeah,
a actually, that is a very unique story.
it is.
Right.
It
It's a
is.
very unique story that stands out because, you never knew, but he was there. So
Yeah.
you could actually say that he was part of your journey becoming the Sonia that you are now. That is beautiful. Yeah. So having said that, I want to know, I'm just curious if you actually have like a signature speech, because I know that there are like the speakers out there, there's always something in their story that
Yes.
they sharing. Like one of the guys that I follow, I listen to his or watch his podcast. I'm in his growth day app and all that, where he had like a vehicular accident, almost died. He had brain injury and all that. So even though he talks about so many things and he teaches people about so many ideas and everything, they always mention about their signature story. Do you have some type of a signature story, and can you share it to
Yes.
us?
My signature story it's entitled Come Through for You.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is, even when you want to lay to the side and give up on life, you can't. There's James Allen that says, you are today where your thoughts are taking you, and you will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. And Maya Angelou is one of my favorite people to quote. And she says, if you don't work, nothing will. Huh.
Wow.
And my
Yeah.
signature, it's about coming through for you. One of my favorite poems is by Robert Frost, and he says, two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one traveler there I stood, and looked one down as far as I could to where it bent in the other grove, and took the other as just as fair. And though as for the passing there, oh, I kept the other one for another day. And knowing how way leads on to way, So what this poem is talking about, I'm talking about the intersections in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And when you come to those intersections, whether you go left or you go right, you can't go wrong. And so trusting in you, believing in your intuition, believing that everything is always good along the path and all things work together for your good is basically what my signature speech is about. Trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Come through for you every time. Come through for you.
Wow. That is so powerful and profound. Yes, because if you don't work, it's not gonna happen, right? If we don't do it, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, I
Exactly.
remember what Les Brown said when we were at the training. You don't
Mhm.
want to come to your deathbed and then all the things that you wanted to do are just surrounding you and just saying you, why didn't you take me, or why didn't you do me? I mean, something like that, right? Like,
Yes.
so we don't want to get there with regrets. So
Mhm.
I know everybody has their own calling, has their own special thing that they can do for others, but
Mhm.
it's always a challenge for other people to actually discover that. So,
Mhm.
how do you encourage others to actually come to know and meet their true self, their authentic self?
Yes.
Because of all the noises in the world, sometimes we lose sight of what we are here for. You know, everybody of I mean, I believe in you that you said, yeah, everyone has a meaningful pursuit in this world. But how do you think people can actually discover that? And how did you yourself discover it? And can you share that to our viewers?
Yes, I can definitely share with that. Um, so there was a time where I was married for about 16 years. And although it was not the best marriage, well, when I went into that marriage, like I said, um, I grew up Pentecostal. And so growing up Pentecostal and your parents, rearing you, you already have things that you're going to do. They say go left, you go left. They say go right, you go right. So when I was thrusted into the world and I was in, the Navy, a
Mhm.
few years after that, I was married and I knew nothing about I entered an agreement and I had no idea, no clue. I never saw a successful, healthy marriage around me. I just saw people just, they're just living together and that's what it is. And so heading into this agreement, marriage, not knowing how to navigate it, I was very unhappy. And I came to a point where it just seemed like no matter what I would do, I can't, you can't. What I learned was that if someone does not know their purpose, they can't lead you to yours.
Mhm.
And when
Mhm.
I had that realization, I started to really go inside and inner. What does Sonia want? What
Mhm.
what makes your heart sing? What makes you happy? What thrills you?
Mhm.
And so when you go from the inside, when you start to live from the inside out, those things around you, they will line up and they will come into order. And if they don't, it really doesn't become that big of a deal because you're at harmony with who you are. And that's
Mhm.
why I mentioned the abyss, the ultimate bare your soul space. And I would sit in these moments and I would sit in these times and I would meditate and I would just think, what is it from my heart that I want? What is it? What is my purpose? What do I truly feel my purpose in being here is? And it was just a love for people. I have a heart for people, and these different experiences can help someone, and the next thing can help someone. And relationship was really important. So different relationships started to change and become different. And so when you sit there and you listen to that still small voice in your head and from your heart, that's how you start to become aware of who you are, what is in alignment with you. You tune out everything because it's always going to be something going
Mhm.
around. But when you sit in that space, and however long it takes, and you just keep practicing it and practicing it, you will find out, well, I like this. I want to
Mhm.
do this. This makes me happy. That feels good. Do that. And
Mhm.
so that's how you become. aware and understanding and look at patterns and things that are not effective and started making and forming habits that will progress and cause you to be happy.
Wow. That is so cool. I know. I'm like I'm talking to the right people. You know what? I'm so excited for this season because not only are my viewers learning, but I am the number one recipient of all the lessons and wisdom that I've been hearing from you all, and I'm so blessed. Anyway, we are on our last break. And so when we come back, we will have the final segment of the show. So we'll see you after a little bit.
Okay.
Tune into Legal Treats with attorney Eileen Ligote Dizon
every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Get your weekly dose of legal knowledge, especially on family matters like divorce, child custody, child support, estate planning, probate, and immigration.
Engage in discussions by posting your questions, comments, readings, or shoutouts.
See you every Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time. That would be Saturday at 9 a.m. Philippines. Don't miss out.
All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Oh my goodness. It's already the last segment. Oh my gosh. I feel like we're just getting started. I'm ready. I know. And we have more comments. Let's see who have comments. All right, from Francisco Jasmine Ungria. Hello, Mom MJ and Mom Sonia, watching from San Fabian, Pangasinan. Hello. And then we have Alvin Reyes. Good evening, Texas. Hello, Mom MJ and Mom Sonia, watching from Pangasinan. Yes, yes. And we have Recto Julius again. Good job, Mom Sonia. Wow. Amazing, amazing. And we have more heart emojis from Gloria. Yes. Oh my gosh. Now, let's talk about wise coaching. Yeah,
Yes.
your business now. So when did you create this and how is it going? And I want to learn how you started it and all that. I know it's so much work, right? But tell us, tell us how far you've gone and what are you offering, what services, and just spill it. Just give us all the great information that we want to know. Yeah.
Well, I would say I would start out with how you can reach me is my website is basically my first and last name, SoniaWiseSingle, you can reach me on Facebook, Sonia Wise Single, Instagram, Sonia Wise Single, LinkedIn, Sonia Wise Single. The reason why I formed Wise Coaching, and it's really a play on my name, WYS, Wise Coaching. The reason why I formed it is because I wanted to be of service to others. And I wanted my purpose to be at the forefront, to be able to help others, because I do believe in embracing true connections for authentic results. I want to be here for someone's transformation, for their breakthrough. And I know that it starts here and here. And when these two connect, spiritually, you can do anything, any label, any negative self-talk or anything that you've tell yourself or are telling yourself that you can't do or you're not. I understand that you have to be before you can become. So in here, when you are that, the world changes around you. And some of us walking on this planet in our own world don't know that. They believe that outside in is what changes us. Some people have a level of believing and thinking that success is in, dollars and change. It is not. It is success is whatever you say it is. When your heart and your head and your spirit is in line, that's success. When you're on this planet doing what it is you want to do, that is your purpose, that is success. But some don't know how to get there. Some don't know that you have to make that change here. Is what you say to yourself, what you think about yourself that moves you in that direction. And that's what I'm here for, is to help a client get to the root of why they're having challenges or discord and can't seem to find the answer and resolve that they know that's out there, but they can't grasp it. And so I
Mhm.
understand the series and steps and strategies of how to work with them with what they have to get them the results that they want. And that's
Mhm.
why I formed it. I formed it over a little bit over a year ago. It had
Mhm.
been in my heart. After I became certified, I thought, okay, so the next step is to go ahead and start my business and go in that direction. And it's just all in love, and it's very, strategic, and it's very catered to that person. So I don't have really a cookie cutter because we're individuals and everyone is different. And
Mhm.
so I cater the plan and strategy according to where they are, their experiences, and where they're looking to go to with the mindset that they have to get them the results that they want. And that's why I formed it, because I have a true passion for the human spirit, and I wanna see them win in every way. That is why.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that is so good. That is so good. So I know it's sometimes just listening to it seems to be easy, right? But what challenges are you having though? I mean, are there any challenges that you have putting it out there through technology and other stuff?
I'm sorry, it went out for a little bit. What
Oh,
was
okay. Okay, okay.
so
Can
what
you hear
challenges?
me now?
Yes, what
Okay.
chal
We're having a little bit. Yeah, so are there any challenges that you are encountering getting your business out there?
it would be probably the marketing, um, the marketing, what avenues, what different places, although I know, my clients, my ideal client and what they need. I've done, a number of different things, but getting it out there on a broader scale, um, is something that can be a bit of a challenge when you're not sure of where your specific client is at times. So,
Mhm.
that would be one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and technology too, right? It's hard to do everything on your own. Yeah, I'm not as tech savvy too, so it's like it's a struggle because I know you have to have all those, yeah, marketing and getting like making funnels and all those. So, do
Yes.
you do that, and then getting how to get emails so you can just send like automate everything? Do you use a certain software or system to do that?
Yeah, I actually have a tech guy, Brand with Dan. So I do have a CRM. I have an all-in-one platform, and he helps me with crafting the funnels in a way that's actually going to be in my voice of how I want things said. I don't like, I'm not big on cookie cutter because I'm this is who you get. So when you get anything from me, you want to know, okay, yeah, that's definitely Sonia. Yeah. So it's not just something that she just peeled off the pages and put out there. But I do have, as I call it, a tech guy who does everything in that arena for me. So yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
So, wow, I am just learning so much. But what is the most, or I know you've talked about your signature message and all that. Now, for people out there who are trying, like me, who are trying to also get in that space of life coaching, what is the biggest thing or most important factor you think that would affect the success or the launch of this type of business? What do I have to have other than I know myself and that I know my message, I know my purpose? What would be one big thing also that I need to learn to be able to do that?
So I would say one of the biggest things is to know who your ideal person is. Who is it from your experience and your message and what you're in the business of coaching for? What is it that you're trying to get do? Like, what are you doing all this for in the first place? Like, what is it that you want to? What change do you want to bring about? And your ideal client, what do they need from a coach or a consultant like you? Like, what is it that they're looking for? And do you have that specific thing that can change their whole world and get them from point A to B, C, and D? So, really making that connection from what is my gift and what is their receiver of it? And are those two, a good fit? Because you can have a client that you may not be a good fit for, and for whatever different reasons, and you have to also in this business be okay to say, okay, we're not a good fit. However, you can probably try this person and this person, because like I said, it's not really all about financial gain. It's
Mhm.
about them getting their breakthrough and being comfortable with that breakthrough, and knowing that you are walking in purpose and integrity. So that's one of the biggest things. Yeah.
Wow. That is, I mean, that is a great advice because just listening from you, it's not all about you.
Mhm.
It's all about the people that you want to make an impact. Because
100%.
you know what, that advice is like so unique that yes, you have the capability, you have all the skills to be a coach, and you can pretty much coach anybody. But just just said it that if you're not the good fit for that person, you're willing to actually find someone that can actually help that person. And I think that's the most important thing. It's like you are genuine and authentic in
Mhm.
helping others. And I know if we have that, then God will bless
Yes,
whatever you do.
yes,
Yes, because you truly, truly care about other people. It's not about, you said, it's not about the money, it's not about the business, it's about changing lives and making an impact. And
yes.
as you said, success is not measured by any of the external things in this world, but
Right.
success is from within. Because your everybody's success is like different. For some people it may be material things, but for some people it's their family. Their
Mhm.
people wealth is not measured by material things. For some people it's measured by how joyful and how happy you are and how peaceful you are from inside out,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Wow. So Sonia, it's been really, really so great having you on the show. We've learned so much. But what final message, if you would give to our viewers and to me?
Mhm.
Because I am in this space with you. Although I work as a nurse practitioner, which you're
Mhm.
right, I'm still in the healing world because
Yes.
as a nurse, I heal my patients and my families. And doing this, I am able to heal people. We never know who's listening out there, who's watching out there, that we have made an impact on and that we have made a difference. I just want to share you a story before I ask for your final message. When I was in the Philippines, I was teaching tests of spoken English to nurses that are wanting to come to the US. So I was employed by this agency because they were hiring nurses to send to the United States. So having a little bit of, skill in spoken English. So I was hired to help prepare them for the test because without passing that test, they can't come to the US. It's one of the requirements. So I have been actually used to sharing my story at any occasion, any situation, even strangers, because I have realized that somebody might just be waiting for that story, for
Mhm.
somebody to hear your story, and you have made an impact. And that happened to me. I was sharing about how I come from a very dysfunctional family. My parents are both passed on. They passed on very young. Like my mom was 47, my father was 56. So
Mhm.
we had a very long story short, it was hard, it was difficult. But when I was sharing my story to my students, one of them came approached me after and she said, "Oh wow, Mom MJ, thank you for sharing your story because I have hated my father all along, but hearing your story made me realize that there are worse situations out there than my situation."
Yes.
So That's why I believe I share it, because I know that in our own little way, we can actually make a difference with our story, with our experiences. We are most qualified to help the people that we used to be. I
Mhm.
heard that from Ed Milet, one of the podcasters out there that I really look up to as well. But yes, please give us your final message. If you have that very, last message that you want our viewers to hear, what is it? Tell us.
My message would be to believe in you, believe in yourself, trust yourself. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So why not just think that you can and know that you can? You are a creator. The world, the outside world that you see is a reflection of your inner self. So why not make the world and the canvas that is around you as beautiful as you are on the inside? Never quit. Never give up. Always strive forward, because no matter where you are, you're always there. I mean, it's you. You going from one spot to the next spot. You take yourself with you everywhere you go. So just really, and those moments where things are going crazy and the outside world is loud, get into your abyss, your ultimate bare your soul space. Get quiet and still and just meditate and just think about all of the wonderful things that have had happened for you. You've had enough, you have enough, and you will always have enough. And just know that you are always taken care of, you are always protected, and live and be in that. Life will be what you make it.
Wow. Wow. What a profound message. I feel it. I feel it. You know how it is when you feel it from the bottom of your heart, like in all the different chambers of your heart, you can actually feel the message. And
Yeah.
I just feel it. Thank you so much, Sonia. It's been really an honor and
Thank
pleasure to have you on the show. Before we say bye, let's see who won. Let's see who won. Okay, let's see. All right, you Joveline, congratulations. Yes. Okay, just message me on my messenger and I will let you know how you can claim your prize. Okay. Sonia, again, thank you so much. Oh my, it's been a really great show. Thank you, thank you. I've learned so much from you and I wish you all the best. I know
thank
you're gonna go far and you're gonna make a difference in a lot of other people's lives. And again, to all our viewers, thank you for watching Be Bold, and we will be back Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go out there, follow your dream, believe in yourself, and never give up. All right. Good night, everyone.
you.